Chapter 11, Naomi Marie. I'm acting like I'm cool with this whole Mama and Tom thing. I have to admit it's making Mama more free and easy, like when she lets Shomara come over for a play date during the week, and she lets us watch TV, so we settle in for a Vogue Olympians, which is not so much a perk because a lot of people can't sing. And also Brianna thinks it's a sing-along show, but we laugh and pretend to have our own show anyway. Even doing homework together is fun. And I feel a teeny tiny bit like it's okay for some things to change, but I'm not saying that out loud. You should sign up for this duo-tech workshop, I say to Shomara. Then we could be partners. I thought the whole idea was for you to be partners with the other Naomi, she says. Yeah, I say. She was almost okay at that bakery, which I might possibly go to again because that cookie was good. But I can tell she's not going to take it that seriously. She mostly looks bored while she watches me do the work. I don't want the teacher to think I'm a slacker. And I thought you didn't even want to do it, says Shomara. I didn't, I answer. But now that I am, I want it to be good. There's even a showcase. Remember when we had to work in groups for our Lenape projects? And Jen Harlow and Orchid Richardson didn't do anything, so I finished their wampum belts for them. And Mr. Mack assumed they had done all the work because Orchid went on and on about how she'd gone to the American Indian Museum over the weekend. And she brought Mr. Mack a fry bread mix. Talk about fake. Yeah, I remember. You bring it up a lot. You should have told your mom, says Shomara. I never tell Mama about school stuff because it would get too weird. I try not to act all like, my mama works here, because sometimes the kids say that I only get check pluses because my mom is a librarian and probably does all my work. They're the ones who think that I'm not that smart and that I know every hip-hop dance. I know for a fact that Jen's mom is a rich person and hires people to do Jen's work, but nobody cares about that. You should have us both sleep over next weekend, says Shomara, smoothing the stickers on her science folder. You and Jen? I ask, confused. Are you feeling okay? No, duh. Me and the other Naomi. That would be fun. Can she sing? I wrote a new song. We could be like a trio. What did you say her middle name was again? Agatha? No, it's Edith, I say. I'm not sure I'm supposed to tell that. Well, okay, I'm pretty sure I wasn't. She's named after a famous costume designer, and actually she does dress pretty nice. There, that makes it better. But I don't know if she can sing. That's okay, you can't either, says Shomara, giggling. I throw my love pillow at her as Brianna barges in. Can I play? She asks. It's my room too, and privacy's not fair. Mama, I call. Brianna runs out of the room and I close the door behind her, a tiny bit hard, but not a real slam. She's always trying to break the playdate privacy rule. I get one sister-free hour in here, and I'm using every minute of it. Oh, let's play life, Shomara says. Kwame never plays with me. Shomara's brother, Kwame, used to be so nice, but now that he's 13, he burps, sweats, and ignores me. We set up the board. A sleepover wouldn't work. Brianna would be in our faces the whole time, and she's an only child, so she wouldn't get it. I know, we could go to your dad's, said Shomara. Come on, I say. I can't bring her to my dad's. That would be so rude. Shomara claps a hand over her mouth. I'm so sorry. I forgot who she is. Are you mad at me? Yes, is what I want to shout. That's okay, I say, but it's not. Anyway, I already spend Saturday mornings with her. I don't know if I want to do a sleepover, too. She looks like she snores. And just like that, all the fun is sucked out of the day, like I'm sitting in a tub after the bubble bath is drained out. I don't want to play life. It's boring. Shomara's looking at me like she's about to cry, and I know she feels bad, but I don't say anything. I just put all the game pieces back in the box. Then I yell, Brianna, you can come play, and open the door. She's sitting right there with her Rahel doll and purse full of country corner critters. Yay! She rolls into the room. Can you braid Rahel's hair? Yeah, I answer. Cornrows again? Brianna nods. Shomara stands up slowly. Well, I guess I should go. Okay, bye, I say. Then I look up. I'll walk you to the door. Mama gives Shomara some brownies to take home to Kwame. Do you want to do homework at the library tomorrow? Shomara asks. I look away. Sure, I say. I'm really sorry, she says again. I know, it's fine, I say, and I give her a hug plus our special best friend's hand squeeze. Naomi! Shouts Brianna from the bedroom. I made a braid myself! You and your sister need to start getting ready for bed, says Mama after I say goodbye to Shomara and close the door. Can we have banana splits first? I ask. Mama looks at me. Worth a try, I say, and I give her a hug too. You know, I was thinking, she starts. Why don't we have Tom's daughter Naomi come over here next weekend after your workshop? Maybe she can even sleep over. That might be fun. Oh my goodness. Mama's magic. I knew it. Were you eavesdropping? I ask. Because that's not cool, Mama. No, I wasn't. I've been thinking about it, but as you well know, I'm not concerned with being cool, and you shouldn't be either. I hope that if there was something important going on, you would talk to me about it. And why do you ask that anyway? Were you girls talking about having her over? That's wonderful, Naomi Marie. I'm so glad. I knew you would warm up. Did she even take a breath? And what's with calling me Naomi Marie? Is she mad, sad, glad, or what? I'm still kind of cold, Mama, I say. I mean, she seems okay and all, but why so much togetherness? It's not like we have to be play cousins or something. I mean, Tom's okay, but he's not my dad. She touches my cheek and leads me to the couch. I don't even see her wince when I sit on her lap. I lean all the way back onto her like I'm little again. Going to the library tomorrow? She asks. What do you and Miss Starr have planned next? Oh, we talked about a sequence tournament, but since I can't do the board game club anymore, I say, leaning back on her. Oh, honey, I know girls' game in the system changed that. She hugs me a little tighter. Maybe you could do something with board games on Saturday afternoons instead. I'll ask Dad, I say. He'll understand. I'm not sure if she heard me put a little extra attitude in there, but she doesn't say anything. We had the word disrupt on the vocabulary test last week, and it feels like that word has moved into my life for good. Think about the last time I was at Dad's. We were playing sequence, and I was winning until Brianna spread the pieces all over the board and messed it up. Dad and I made a whole new game and built a tower with pieces. We laughed, but I was also still a little mad that we never really finished the game. Miss Starr said we're going to have to try something else anyway, since not that many people seemed interested. Mayuri and I thought about a current events book club. She watches NewsHour with her parents too, but then we'd have to pick sad books and they just make you feel worse. Last night, I started listening every time Gwen Ifill mentioned racism, guns, poor people, angry people, sick people, wars. And then I stopped writing. I agree that the news these days is pretty depressing, Mama says. But sometimes sad stories help something good grow out of the sadness. They illuminate, she says. And remember the news stories about Johari Osai Idasuyi? She smiles. She literally used a book to make something good out of a very sad situation. You guys can turn your sadness into action. I smile too. Ha, that's true. Thanks, Mama. And maybe after you and Tom's Naomi finish this workshop, you guys can start a coding club at the library. There's already Teen Games Crew, I say, and she doesn't go to our library. Well, think about it. I bet Miss Starr would be interested. I picture myself doing a duo tech demonstration for the Teen Games Crew. Their mouths are hanging open and I smile and pretend not to notice. That would be cool. Maybe I'll show Dad what I'm learning, I say. And they don't live that far away, Tom and his daughter, she continues like I never said anything. I bet she'd like to meet Miss Starr. Oh, back to that again. That girl's going to take over my whole life if I'm not careful. That would be weird, Mama, is all I say. Well, think about it. And you could introduce Shomara, too. Maybe the three of you can have a play date. If Mama is magic, it's not the good kind that gives you your heart's desire. And that Naomi Marie's still bugging me. Why'd you call me Naomi Marie just now? I'm not in trouble, am I? What do you mean? Of course you're not in trouble. Well, usually you only say that when you're mad. I don't always do that, and I don't get mad I get concerned, says Mama, sometimes deeply concerned. She smiles and pokes me. Anyway, I don't know, I guess now that there are 2 Naomis in my life, that's how I think of you, my own special Naomi Marie. I used to just be special as Naomi, though. Brianna comes into the living room holding up Rahel. I did it, she says. Rahel has some lumpy-looking knots in her hair that look like they'll never come out, and she's sporting my blue and purple butterfly clip. She looks beautiful, I say. I look at Mama and we both push back a laugh. I move over. You can sit on Mama's other leg if you want. Mama hugs us both to her. You girls are growing up. Sometimes I wish I could freeze you in time. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Mama. Just keep things like they are. Stop moving the pieces all over the board. Mama looks at her watch. Oh, how about a banana split? She asks. Yay! Yells Brianna. She jumps up and down and I hug her for no reason except she's my sister and she's little and she's happy and she doesn't understand everything. I want to cheer too, but something gets caught in my throat. A banana split dinner is supposed to mean a celebration. I think I'd feel better if Mama just made us go to bed.